Hey, hey, mamas. It's a minute early. This is great. I'm just going to wait a minute for people to come on. Get my dashboard situation figured out here so I can see what's going on. All right. Okay. All right, I think I'm going. I think it's live. So, welcome. Thank you for coming. This is Beyond Exhaustion. We're going to be talking about if depleted brain chemistry is the missing piece for you, because so many of us try all the things to feel better. So, if you're feeling like you've tried everything to feel normal again after being in the throes of motherhood and just keeps falling short, you're in the right place, because in a few minutes we're going to start talking about the real hidden factors affecting your mood and your energy. So my name is Lindsay Marie, and 6 years into the exhaustion, the overwhelm, the irritability that seemed to come with motherhood, I figured out how to overcome it naturally and for good, like for sustainable, okay? Now I help other moms like you shift from barely surviving to thriving by helping you rebuild your brain's natural feel-good systems. So I am going to take a minute to let some people join us and just talk a little bit about some common struggles that I see with moms, and want to, just like get us on some common ground. So I have had hundreds of mothers fill out what I call the mood checkup, which is talking about all these different symptoms of like poor mood, all these different poor mood symptoms. So I kind of know what you're dealing with. Hi, Holly. And because I've talked to so many moms about it. So we got low self-esteem. We have a lack of confidence. These are the things people are rating on the mood checkup as like the most intense symptoms that they're feeling, that they don't like. They are self-critical. They are like putting a guilt trip on themselves constantly. You're irritable, you're impatient, you're edgy, you're ragey. Like, are you feeling this? It's not that we want to focus on these things. In fact, I tell people, like, we got to move beyond these things. This isn't actually normal. But we also don't want to resist these feelings. We don't want to pretend that everything's okay and that other moms aren't experiencing this because they are. So, yes, if you're feeling these things, feel free to, this is a safe place to find solidarity in feeling those things and not putting on a facade, okay? Because I know that's where mamas are at. So what have you tried to regain control of your mood and your energy? And a reminder for those participating live and actually engaging with me while we're live, you're going to have a chance to win a 20-minute private consultation with me. Normally, my time is like stretched very thin. I have a very full plate, so I really only talk to people who are paying me. So this is a great opportunity to get on the phone with me. We can talk about your most challenging things you're dealing with in motherhood and give you some simple things you can do right away to start feeling better. And you'll have a chance to win this if you participate live and you're engaging with me as we go. So again, just share what have you tried, what worked, what didn't work, okay, and just what you're hoping to get out of this, all right? So the first point I want to make is that it's actually normal. You're actually designed to feel good. So I'm on a mission to normalize feeling good in motherhood. But let's talk about feeling like crap for just a minute, because it's true. I was just talking about that a minute ago. I know that you're just trying to survive in so many ways. You can't kick the funk you're in. You feel like a monster. You can't get anything done. You're being way too hard on yourself, and you're just feeling like you're spinning out of control. Either one, all, combination of those things. And I know this because I was there. I was doing all of the things, but we don't have to submit to those feelings. You know, we hear, well, this is just a season and it goes by so fast. That drives me nuts because this is nothing that any mom should have to live with. We shouldn't have to push through while our children are young to feel good, to pretend we're feeling good, to not actually feel good and just get through it. Like, that's not how we want to live. So the real truth, the real normal, how you were designed is to actually feel good. Like, you don't become a mother and then like, well, your brain's just not going to work. We just meant that to happen. That's not supposed to happen. You're like losing yourself in motherhood is not how you were designed. In fact, our bodies have built-in processes to help us get through the day, especially as moms. Like, I'm sure God was like, mom's going to need this, okay? But then motherhood comes and we just like feel so lost. But really that process is there inside of us, regardless of if we're mothers, regardless of the circumstances around us, to really help us truly thrive, okay? The second point is this brain chemistry that I'm talking to you about. I'm going to get a little sciencey for a second. So you have 4 brain systems that are responsible for helping you feel good. You don't have to push through. You don't have to do willpower because these 4 brain systems exist. Imagine these as 4 different engines in your body. You have a happy engine that makes you happy. You have an engine that gives you energy. You have a relaxation engine, a relaxation engine, and a pleasure engine. You have these 4 engines. And while self-care and making sure all of your systems outside of the feel-good ones, meaning like your thyroid, your adrenals, your hormones, the things that we jump to so quickly when like things aren't feeling good, that's all important. But understanding which one of these feel-good engines isn't functioning properly is crucial if you actually want to start feeling better fast, okay? Because this is a brain system. Our brains work really fast. So if we give them what we need, they can help us feel better fast. Imagine it like your car isn't working, okay? And you're like, oh, I must have to replace the battery. My car isn't working. And sure, maybe the battery was due to be replaced. But after replacing it, you're like, okay, my battery's okay, but my car still is not working. And come to find out, it just needed gas. Jeepers. So chasing after self-care and every lab test under the sun, when your feel-good engines aren't functioning properly, it's like changing your car battery when it really needed gas. So are you feeling what I'm saying? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Is this landing? Does that make sense? Just trying to, give you a little image of what it is. So like the adrenals, the thyroid, the hormones are important. The battery in the car is important. But if you actually want to get somewhere, you have to have gas in your car. And if you actually want to feel good and make it sustainable, you have to be fueling these feel-good engines, okay? When it feels like it takes willpower to experience happiness and energy and relaxation and pleasure, when it's requiring willpower, that's a sign that those engines need some gas. Okay? Your happy engine needs gas when you have low self-esteem, you're lacking confidence, you're self-critical, you're feeling guilty, you're angry, you're tired, like you're irritable, you're impatient, you're depressed. Okay? That means your happy engine doesn't have gas. When your energy engine needs gas, you're feeling low energy, physically low energy, but also mentally low energy. You're pushing yourself to exercise, you're tired a lot, you lack drive, you lack motivation, you lack enthusiasm. When your relaxation engine needs gas, when you're feeling overwhelmed, like you can't get it all done, you're stressed out, you're burned out, you're overworked, you're pressured, you're deadlined. Does that sound like mom? Yeah, most moms that come to me are low in GABA, which is your relaxation engine. Your pleasure engine needs gas when you're overly sensitive. You're crying at things that normally people don't cry about, whether that's emotional pain or even physical pain. You can't tolerate pain very well. It really gets to you. So you can use like Dr. Google to figure out how all of these systems work and how to support these engines, but almost every suggestion that you're going to get from Google is a short-term solution. None of them are going to consider every part of what you're experiencing. Like, every person's brain chemistry is unique, and a personalized solution is essential. So, like, happy engine is your serotonin. I think I missed this part, so I'm going to go backwards. Your happy engine is your serotonin. And like, you've heard of that, right? Serotonin, the happy engine. Your energy engine is catecholamines. So in that group of catecholamines, there's dopamine. So a lot of people know about dopamine, but there's a group of engines actually that give you energy. One of them is dopamine. And I think I mentioned relaxation engine is GABA. And the pleasure engine is endorphins. So, like, there you go. There are your engines. Like I said, you can Google that. You can see how to raise your endorphins. Like, you've heard, like, to go for a run, right? Like, if you go for a run and you start to feel happy, like, oh, it felt so good to go for a run, right? It's because you're allowing your happy engine to, like, rev up in your brain, because all your other engines are like working on muscles and like working out, and your happy engine is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this person happy. So it will work momentarily to support your happy engine, but it's like putting a drop of gas in the gas tank. It's not gonna last. Like, you're gonna stop running, that's all gonna wear off, and you're gonna be back to where you are. It's not gonna last, and your mood is gonna be erratic again in no time. So what you really need to do is fill those engines with gas. We want them filled up. We don't want them like barely full and just getting by. We want them filled up so the mood isn't erratic. And each engine takes a different kind of gas, and each person needs different amounts. So, in other words, there is nothing to Google that's going to give you this one-size-fits-all approach. If it does, it's not right. There isn't such a thing. So, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, because there is only one you. Like, there is nobody else with your brain chemistry besides you. And how you got to this point is also unique and affects your brain chemistry. And how you're going to get better in that path to feeling great again is equally as unique, because of the path you took to get to where you are today. So that's why it's important to evaluate all of your mood symptoms, like we've been talking about a little bit, to determine which engine, or engines in many cases, are contributing to how you're feeling. So I'm going to pause for a second, make sure nobody has any questions, make sure I didn't miss anything as I was talking. This is like a fire hose of information, but here's the deal. I know you're busy and you don't have oodles of time to be listening to me. Like, it is the end of the day and you get to go take care of yourself. So I want to get through it, but I think I got everything, and I'm ready to talk to you about the mood checkup. So here's what I want you to do. So because everybody's so different, somewhere around here, actually in the comments, my husband's going to post a link to the mood checkup. He's my tech guy. He helps me out, okay? He's going to post a link to the mood checkup. I've designed this to help you figure out how each of those feel-good engines is running, so that you can decide if this is the missing piece to feeling like yourself again. So click the link, you'll have to fill out your email, and you'll be taken directly to the mood checkup. So when you're finished with that, the results are going to come to your inbox immediately, okay? It's all, boom, you're going to get it. And it's beautiful. I just updated it. So that means before you go to bed tonight, you will know if this is why you've been spinning your wheels, trying everything, and not actually feeling better. Does that sound good? And remember, I'm giving away a 20-minute private call with me, normally reserved only for paying clients. So you got to engage. Holly, you are rocking it. So, yeah, we'll see if anybody else comes and engages. And if not, you're the girl. You're the one. So, let me look here if there's anything else. Okay. Let me make sure Let's see what Holly said. Overstimulation is a big challenge for me. I've recently started researching and learning more about gut health. Yes, absolutely. And gut health in all the natural ways can be really overwhelming. And so what's beautiful about just getting to the brain chemistry side of things is like you learn how to like prioritize, let certain things roll off, and like know what to focus on. It makes it all less overwhelming. Remember that GABA thing? Like lots of moms have low GABA. So if you're in this state of overwhelm and then trying to fix your gut, it can be a little difficult because it's so overwhelming to fix your gut on top of your overwhelming, overpressured, deadline life, right? That you're trying to manage for everybody else. You said people say you birth your brain when you birth your placenta. Like we just lose everything we are. Oh my gosh, yeah. So there is a, like yes, like we didn't get into that in this one. We'll get into that another night. But motherhood literally like sucks the life out of you. Like you're growing babies, and when you're growing babies, they're taking this brain chemistry from you. So if you don't have a lot to begin with, they're taking the rest of it because they're the priority, right? And then you're breastfeeding and they're taking more of it, right? And then you're raising them and dealing with all the stress and the new things and the stuff you don't know how to handle. And dealing with that is taking up your brain chemistry. So it's literally sucking the life out of you to be a mother. If you don't know about this piece of the brain chemistry, it's very hard to connect the dots and be like, oh, I need to support myself. I need to give some of my brain chemistry back to myself. And it's amazing how quickly it can work when we're feeding our bodies what they were designed to have in order to get those brain systems moving right. So that looks like everything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, especially Holly. Thank you, and giving yourself, whether you're watching this live or a replay, the time to dive into this topic. So whether you were here or not, my private messages on Facebook are always open. I'm always watching, so make sure that you message me in Facebook if that's the easiest, or you email me. A lot of people in this group are also on my email list, so just reply to one of my emails and let me know how you're doing. Let me know the biggest struggle you're going through, and we can work through something that you can do right away to start feeling better. And remember, you were designed to feel good in motherhood. All right, Mama? I love you. Make it a great night. Take care of yourself. Go rest. It's been a long day. I know it.